What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the RabidMining YouTube channel. And it looks like HiveOS with LOL Miner have implemented a beta version of an auto profit switcher. So it's not implemented yet. It's currently in beta and testing, but once it's all complete, I imagine it will be fully implemented within HiveOS itself. But for now, we got to do some custom miner stuff. So I'm going to show you guys how to set this up, but first we're going to scroll down here and you can kind of see now they have it working on Ethereum. So I don't know if this was previously on Ethereum and then now we're just hearing about it, but regardless, it doesn't matter. It's in beta testing right now for everybody. But here you can see LOL Miner is running ETH plus Kaspa. LOL Miner is running just ETH and LOL Miner is running ETH plus Kaspa again. I went into mine and we can see LOL Miner is now running ETC currently on mine, depending on what you pick for it to mine and regardless. So I will get to that when we set it up, but let's show you how to set this up. There will be a link in the description below for this because you will need to copy this command here for your custom miner. And it also has the available algorithms and coins that it supports. So you can see them all here. Now there is no Raven coin currently, but it has most of the other coins like Ergo, Beam, Grin, we got Flux, we got FW plus Kaspa and Alephium, ETC plus Kaspa. So it's got most of them, but a lot of them that some of you guys may be mining is not here yet, but it does sound like more will be coming. So the first thing you're going to have to do is create a new flight sheet. So in your flight sheets here, these two coins right here, your coin and your wallet, they do not matter. You just need to put something here and something here because you got to get through each box to get to the next step. So pick any coin you want, pick the wallet that you have associated with that coin. And then when you pick your pool, go to configure in the miner. And then for your miner, you're going to select the custom miner option and then set up miner config. Now this is where you're going to need the link. Paste that link that we do see right here. This GitHub link to the 1.58 switch HiveOS tar.gz. You're going to paste that in right here. LOL Miner will pop up on its own. And your hash algorithm, you are going to leave blank as is. It's going to have, I believe it had ETH hash because I did pick ETC coin. So ETC hash, it will have that in there by default. Make sure you get rid of that and just go to the top here and select all the dotted lines. You don't want any hash algorithm in there. As for your wallet and worker template, I just went this -- worker name. I just followed this guide pretty much exactly right here as is. You may not need this, but you do want the worker name to actually pull your worker info. As for the pool URL, you don't need a pool in here, but you do have to at least put something. Here I put blank. If you go to the sheet, they say not need, not needed, whatever you want. But you do at least have to write something in here so it thinks you put something in here. Now, where all the work truly begins is in this extra config arguments. So now this is the most important point is now the extra config arguments. So this has to be filled with the auto switching. Now this is where you put all your information, the pool you want to use, your worker address, so your crypto addresses so you can actually get paid. You need to know your hash rates for your rig. So with that being said, you're going to have to do an individual flight sheet for every rig that you do unless they are all exactly the same. So you got to keep that in mind. You can't just use the same flight sheet for everything. So here's an example for Beam, Ergo, ETC, ETC plus Kaspa, ETH plus Kaspa, and Flux. So pretty much all you got to do is copy all these ones in that you want. Now I didn't go with Beam. I went with Ergo, ETC, ETC plus Kaspa, and then Flux. These are the only ones I'm using right now. And these are all the different algorithms that are pretty much supported currently. Now they are going to be added more. This is a beta test, but this is everything that's currently supported. And then they're going to run through on what everything means. So you're looking through here, you're not sure what it means. Here's an analyzing pair of lines. So the algo is Beam. So the first thing you have here, for example, your algo here is Flux. So we're going to be utilizing Flux. Next up is your pool. You put a comma, and then we got your pool. Remember, you can use any pool that you want. It does not have to be any of these defaulting here. And then you need your worker address. Everything is followed by this comma. So we got our worker address here. And this number here is the hash rate that your rigs do. So if it's a single GPU like my test bench, I would put the single hash rate here. This is how it kind of determines profitability based on your hash rate and why you are going to have to utilize different flight sheets per each rig. Now, I don't know how they got this so big here, because when I actually go into mine, it's really small and it's really hard to see. And I actually messed up with a hash rate and it made it mine the wrong coin for quite some time. So I'm actually going to show you that. Once I run through this and show you how to set up this part, I'll show you what having the wrong numbers could potentially do for you. So what I did is just chose the ones I wanted to roll with, like Ergo here, ETC, ETC plus Caspa, and then Flux. Now, out of the ones they have here, these are what I use. Obviously, ETH is gone. And then you can choose between these other coins as well, plus Raven and stuff. Once it is implemented, I imagine they'll be adding that sometime soon. So all you got to do is simply copy this over. But remember, you can change your pools. You can use any pool you want. You're going to have to change your addresses. It is kind of hard to see it here because, like I said, it is so small. This is how I have mine set up. So here's Ergo, comma, and then this part here, just adjust this line here. It's hard to see once I highlight it, but this would be your pool. Choose any pool you want. And when profit switching, I highly recommend prop or PPS pools over PPL and S pools, because you don't have a share log. You're going to want to get max value for your shares as soon as you swap to something else. So again, I would recommend the prop and the PPS pools over PPL and S, because if you keep switching all the time with PPL and S, you're pretty much digging yourself a hole and you're not even going to build up to max level shares to get as much profitability as possible. Once you pick your pool here, you are going to want to change all the default addresses, which is the next section here, to your whatever address you want to use. Now, I have it nice and easy. I have all my addresses in a little notepad here, so I can just swap and do whatever I want, whenever I want. I have all mine swapped over, obviously, because I have it running. So this is your address, and then this here is your hash rates. Now, to find your hash rates, I'm only on a test bench, single rig. If you already know what your card is going to hash based on overclock settings, then do so. But remember, you're going to have to manually change overclock settings. You can set up Telegram or something to get notified if it does switch for you, if you need to go program a different overclock settings, or you may have some default settings here. I did do a previous video on how to fast set your overclocks through templates, and you can utilize that. But I just have a standard all-rounder overclock set in, because then I'm just pretty much testing right now. But this is your hash rate. Oh, see what happens when you try to highlight something? Jumps all over. So that's why I like to use my keyboard here in this case, because it's nice and easy. But this is your hash rate. And to find it, you can use the same thing at the top of this here, is hashrate.no, which is what it's defaulted coming from based on that. So I'm on a 3060. I just found a 3060. And for Ergo, for example, it's saying about 122 mega hash. So I just took this number. And if you know it's doing something else based on an overclock setting you have, put that in. So I just put in 122. Next up, I'm going to scroll down here with my keyboard. We have ETC plus ETC. We're using the HiveOS pool and, the port. So adjust this pool to whatever you want to utilize. Change your worker password here, or I guess worker name. This is your address that you're mining to, not the default one. And then here is your hash rate, 46. Now we have ETH plus Caspa. We can see they've got a little different going on here, but it's all copied in straight from this sheet here. So if you're getting confused, all you got to do is copy in this right here, and it will take you in. Now, we don't want the ETH one. We want the ETC one. Where's ETC plus Caspa? Right somewhere. Oh, right here, right in front of my face. So I just copied this. Copy this right here and just adjust the parameters as needed within HiveOS. You can see what it all is right here. Here's your Caspa address and then your hash rates. Now, your hash rates is comma between first. So the first number is going to be your ETC hash rate, and the second number is your Caspa hash rate, because it's coming between the two different addresses, first one and second one, which we can see within HiveOS itself right here. So here's my Caspa stuff. I'm going to scroll down to the next one, and here are my hash rates, 46 for ETC and 186 for Caspa on this 3060. And then I got my Flux here going to Flux 2 miners, and then my address, and then my hash rate. So that's pretty much how you do set this up. It does sound a little confusing at first, but it's pretty simple once you start getting the hang of it. But the best way to do it is simply copy all these that they already have in here and just adjust to your address, whatever pool you want to utilize, and change the hash rates around to what you actually are hashing at. So we can see it doing all its changes. Now it's supposed to change every hour, but I've been playing around with the hash rates to see what it does, and you can severely mess this up if you don't put in your proper hash rate. So for an example here, you can see we're mining ETH plus or ETC plus Caspa. It's, it's still hard to get that out of there. ETH is gone. We're mining ETC hash and Caspa at this point. But we're going to come in here. We're going to edit this flight sheet. And I'm just going to adjust a number. Like, let's try throwing, we know ergo difficulty is super high. Let's put in, some crazy number like this. So I'm going to apply this change. We're going to update this. And I'm guessing at this point, it's going to tell us it's mining ergo because the hash rate here, and it's obviously going to be the most profitable to mine at that point because it's so high compared to the other hash rates that we have set. So accuracy is a big deal when setting this up. Okay, and there you can go. You see checking algos and everything up here, yada, yada. You can see the profit on ergo now is saying 16.05. And obviously, as predicted, it's mining ergo because it thinks it's the most profitable. So if you mess any of those up, you're going to run into some major issues. All right, so I'm just going to put ergo back to where it was. Once you play around with it and you get the idea of what's going on and what does what, it then does become very easy for setting this thing up. But the first little bit of first looking at this, it may kind of, make you bang your head against the wall of all the different things going on here. But again, just get the hang of it. Like anything else, it gets quite easy after a while. So I do have a screenshot here of after an hour of going by, and you can see every hour it does recheck all the algos and daily profits and everything across them based on difficulty and whatnot, and then will swap your coins over. Now you can see I messed up here. This is when I first tried it out and I had the wrong ETC hash rates in because I missed it. It was too small in the corner, but it picked ETC again. But you can see checking algo, this happens every 60 minutes. It will recheck everything and then move you to the most profitable coin. All right, guys, so there we have it. LOL Miner and HiveOS is currently working on a beta profit switcher. And a few things to remember. I recommend the PPS pools and prop pools for profit switching, none of the PPLNS pools. If you have any questions, be sure to join the Discord. I'll help you out or ask in the comment section below. All the links for this should be in the description. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.